Hello, this is Audrey Jones from Switzerland. I wrote this letter to my grandmother, whom I never knew. Dear grandmother, if I told you what the current situation was like in the world now, you wouldn't believe me. People are finding it difficult to believe it themselves, but time, as always, softens disbelief and slowly forges habits. So now we wake up in the morning knowing that this is our other temporary life, and we don't even think about it too much anymore. It just is, and we can't do anything about it. You were exactly my age, 18, when the Second World War started and you joined the Women's Land Army. I only mention it because it is an event that marked history and also drastically changed your lives, abruptly putting the world into a halt for an undetermined amount of time. People compare this situation to a war, but I don't think it is. We are living something completely new. We are, as people say, in uncharted territory, so no wonder humans are trying to classify it. It reassures us. Like the Greeks and, in fact, all other ancient civilizations, needed gods and myths to reassure them and explain what man could not yet understand, we modern women and men feel the need to classify and compare the coronavirus to something we already know. We tend to fear what is unknown to us, and rightly so. It is human nature. It is also in our nature to invent stories and tell them. Man has been telling stories for as long as we can remember, around fires at first, on walls animated by our imagination with charcoal drawings, then through written words, through moving pictures and so forth. I had never really asked myself why and how we started telling stories, but suddenly this question popped into my mind like a burning curiosity, perhaps burning with the same flames as those ancient storytelling fires. All stories start with an if, and as man has always had an imagination, those ifs created by our imagination perhaps just needed a way to express themselves in stories. It feels to me like now we are actually living an if. It feels like one of those science fiction stories imagined in the past has actually come to life. And it certainly has a very mysterious and strange scale about it. Like other important events, the coronavirus will be in our children's history books. And once again, we can say, as Shakespeare once did, "This story shall the good man teach his son." That is something we know how to do. In any circumstance, whether it be charted or uncharted, we know. As man always has, I think we should take refuge in stories during these strange times, and use this ability we all have as a remedy. Tell stories, read stories, watch stories. Don't you think? I wish you could give me your advice. You are so much wiser than I am. With love, your granddaughter, who wishes she could have known you better. Audrey Jones.